Said the struggle to get mine. Hustle from the bottom, the customers don't lie. 365 is in days and I'm gon' shine. That's until I die, so whenever I shine. You finally got a better
I started from the bottom. I take it to the...
What up, dope people? It's your man, Prof. This is another episode of Cigars with Friends, where each week we sit down with different people, chop it up, be different topics. Sometimes we kick it, sometimes we interview people, sometimes we just shoot the shit. It really depends on the week. But this week is a special week. We doing 2 episodes this week, but tonight I have my little sister, Life Coach Kristian Alexander, on the show. She just released her new book. It's called D.I.G. As you can see, I'm repping the brand, always showing love. And we're going to chop it up. We're going to get in our business a little bit, talk about what she got going on, the process of being a life coach, and also the process of dropping a book and where we can get the book. So let's go. What's happening?
I am outdone. All this time we were back here, technical difficulties. I never saw your shirt until you just did your intro.
Yeah, get it together. So you got to pay attention to your surroundings.
I'm freaking out over here, and then I just started talking. I'm like, this shirt say "dig." That's dope.
Yeah, you got you got to pay attention. You don't know what's going on. You ain't paying attention.
Why you ain't send me one?
Hey man, you can't have everything I have. Sheesh.
How you gonna make a shirt with my book title on there and ain't gonna send me one? That's crazy.
I just made it like 20 minutes ago.
You know, and the crazy part is the reason I was like so out of swag. I was making shirts, or I was cutting vinyl or what's that called?
Weeding.
I was weeding. That's what I was doing. And then, yeah. But hey, how are you? I'm good.
You're so funny. I'm great. We got a lot to unpack tonight. You know what I'm saying? This is your first time on Cigars with Friends. Clearly, you don't smoke cigars, so you substituted with the wine, I see.
I had to come with my wine. I got my water too, though, because I'm a real water drinker. That's
what's up. Hey, you got to stay hydrated, my friend. But let's take it back. Let's start about first. Before we get into the book, we want to talk about being a life coach. So what motivated you to want to be a life coach? Like, what said to yourself, like, you know what, I want to be a life coach. I want to help people take the next step in their life where they stuck at.
Just knowing that I wanted to help people, and what I had done in the jobs that I had held, I have always been in a position to help people get to the next level, or create an opportunity for themselves, or just programming that gave people light bulbs to do what they needed to do to be successful. So if I was doing it for someone else, I was like, oh, you can kind of move this thing for yourself. So I went to figure out what I needed to make myself feel confident in the role and gain the tools and resources. That's why I decided to enroll in a life coach program. But I saw myself doing it every day in my everyday work and working for the companies that I had been working for. And I saw the success in that. And I was like, oh, I can do this independently. So I decided to go get the certification, and I started coaching people, and it's been great.
So what was the motivation just behind that, though? Like, okay, I want to coach people. It got to be something deeper than just you had to help. It has to be some type of passion, because, you know, we all do businesses. We do business. Majority of the time is not even financially driven. It's more so the passion of what you do, and you just happen to profit from it. So is there anything that's like personally in your life that you thought like, well, I need to do this to help others, or just something you just feel like you just a natural helper?
I feel like I'm a natural helper, but watching people suffer because of lack of knowledge or lack of opportunity drove me towards, okay, let me go create this opportunity. Let me help you get the knowledge that you need to get to the next step. Let me give you the push. And noticing that a lot of people don't have the support, so that's why they can't climb. I'm that support for you as your coach. I'm that push for you. A lot of people don't make it far in life because they lack support. And support comes in different ways. It could be just a conversation. It could be a push. It's not someone holding your hand or guiding you to step away. It's someone believing you or giving you words of affirmations that continue to push you forward.
That's a fact. It's crazy you said that, because earlier today, my boy Ian had made a post, and I can't quote it right now, but it was pretty much saying just somebody telling you, yeah, go do that, or just that little bit of motivation can help push somebody. Because like you say, support comes in different levels. Like I always say, a like and a share doesn't cost you anything. You know what I mean? It doesn't cost you $1 to like somebody's stuff or share it if you support what they're doing. Support can come in all type of different forms. And like you say, encouragement. And his status was just saying, like, you could tell somebody, hey, man, you should do it. Just those little words can put somebody from quitting. You know what I mean? So I totally get what you're saying. So what's the hardest thing about being a life coach? Because way I came up, I'm self-motivated. And when I get motivation for others, it's definitely an extra push. But what can give you the drive to push somebody that might be talented, but just undriven?
Okay, wait, you asked me 2 questions there. You said, what's the hardest part? And then you said, how do I shift or work with someone who doesn't have that drive?
Yes.
Okay. So the hardest part is not seeing the results. I can work with someone. We can outline the plan, but if you don't do the work, it's not beneficial to neither one of us. I'm not going to say we wasted each other's time. The timing just wasn't right, because I've had a lot of clients who we've outlined, we knew the plan, we knew the work, but when they stopped working with me is when they actually executed the plan. So I was there for the outline. When they actually started working through the plan, it was like, oh, let me come back and tell you, thank you. I'm finally doing it. I'm finally doing what we outlined together. And I see the difference in my life, you know? As far as working with someone, so I guess that comes into that person who doesn't have that motivation to actually go further. It's a mindset. Like I tell people, like, I'm coming against the mindset when I'm talking to you, and I have to put that mindset in perspective so that they can see it. Because a lot of people don't know that is what they're wrestling with. They don't see that they're their own problem. So putting that in perspective where they can see it, or allowing them to hear the words that came out of their mouth themselves. I literally sometimes just spend time repeating back to people what they said to me and tell them to make that make sense. Like, you just really counted yourself out with what you said. And that's a light bulb for them.
That's real. That's real. So in this journey of motivating others, what keeps you motivated? Because at the end of the day, you still have a job, a 9 to 5. You're a mother. I mean, you're a mother, you're a wife, and a business owner, and you just added author to the tab. So what motivates you to keep going? Because to my knowledge, you don't have a life coach. So who's pushing you when you feel like giving up, or when you just don't have the motivation to take the next step?
Who's pushing me? The work that I do pushes me. It's not, the work that I do, it's endless, it's limitless, and it's something like I feel like I'm required to, like, I have to do it. Like, it's ingrained in me. This is who I am. I love what I do. I have a passion for helping people, whether it's in the life coach capacity or the community engagement capacity. I have the passion to help people move forward, to educate themselves, to create opportunities, and enjoy it. I have fun doing this. That's a big part of me. If I didn't love it, if I wasn't having fun doing it, I wouldn't do it.
I totally understand that, because that's kind of like how I motivate to do things I do. Like, I help push, like, helping people get. I mean, shit, I like helping push people, or just give them some information that they might be missing that can help them get it to the next step. And I think that may be a trait that we just share. You know what I mean? And that's why we do well at what we do, because I'm just not afraid to fail. And it seems like you got that same thing in you, because you definitely tried different things. And it seemed like this helping, everything, it all revolves around helping. Even if you go to writing a book that's to help, do something, or it's the life coaching, or what you're doing with your foundation to help the kids in high school, everything you do, I don't know if you notice it, it all circles around helping somebody.
Yeah.
Which is clearly your calling. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope that you found something that you like, that you're passionate about, to actually spread yourself so thin on, because you could be selfish with this. You know what I mean? You could be selfish. I mean, you got other things that you could be tending to, but to be motivated to help others, it's just a good character trait. You know what I mean? Because I think that's why you having a lot of support, because people know that you're genuine. And when you helping others, I don't know. I think it's just, I mean, I don't really believe in karma, but I do believe in putting stuff out in the universe. Yeah. And it coming back around, because you put out that type of energy. I guess can't say it's karma, but I just feel like it's just the energy that you put out.
It's the energy you attract.
Exactly. Like, people always say, keep that same energy. So long as you keeping that energy gonna come back to you.
Yeah. That's what I enjoy it. Like, I love it. And I'm grateful that it works the way that it works. Like I said, it all worked together. So everything that I do, I'm learning different skills or building on these different skills from the different roles, the different positions, and it's all working together. So it's natural. You just do it and you enjoy it. And I'm just big on enjoying my life. And I've gotten to a point, especially this year, I'd rather try it than wonder what if. I have to admit there was a point where I'm scared. And I'll be honest, I'm scared now doing everything that I'm doing. But I remember being so scared to even try it. Now I'm at the point like I can't keep wondering what if, because in the times that I was scared to try it, I watched a lot of my ideas be implemented by other people. And not saying that I shared these ideas and people stole it. It was the same things that I was sitting here thinking about doing that I've watched other people birth. So it's like, you got to just do it.
Yeah,
like,
I definitely know that feeling.
like they out here just taking a chance. Why can't you take the chance? What do you have to lose?
Nothing. I mean I mean that's in any business or anything that you're trying to do. You gotta be able to be willing to fail, because you ain't gonna be the first time you failed at something. Ain't gonna be the first no you hear. So, but if you go and don't do it, now the rest of your life, I coulda, if I woulda, coulda, shoulda, and that's the worst feeling in the world to have. What if I woulda did that? But now you're in a position to just do it. Fuck it. If it don't work, it ain't work. Sometimes you just need to regroup and come back and apply it again.
And that's exactly what I decided this year. Like, I'm gonna do it. The stars are aligned. I ain't got nothing but time. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. And do you think the pandemic slowdown helped you focus more on writing your book, or what motivated the book? Let's get into the book aspect of this.
I always knew that I wanted to write a book. What the book was going to be about was always questionable. A few years back, I started a blog. And as I started coaching, I was like, I can use this blog. I can do something with this blog. So then in the pandemic, I sat down and met with the publishing company just to get an idea of what it would be like, what the process would be like. And that was in March of 2020. 2021, I met with her again. And I'm like, I'm ready to do this. Like, I got an idea, which I think I even told you. I'm like, I want to take one of my blog posts and turn it into an electronic book. And I kept playing with the idea, but I never did it. But I ended up meeting with her, and I ended up meeting with her again. Like, you know what? I'm not going to start from scratch. I'm going to build off of this. And I built off that writing. Honestly, I can't even say I built off that writing. I ended up tearing that whole situation apart and pretty much starting over. And it was a beautiful journey. What motivated me it was something I always knew in my head that I wanted to do and I needed to do. And I'm marking it off my checklist. Like, it was on me. I had to do it at one point in my life. And what's to come in after this or with this, I kind of have ideas about it, but trust in the process.
That's definitely dope. It's a risk to take, and to be vulnerable to put, pen to pad and let other people read. It's a difference between journaling or blogging and nobody really seeing it. But when you put it out to the atmosphere to be critiqued or just to be looked at, it's definitely a big jump. But I mean, you're fearless in that, so it's all good. It's all paying off. So I'm thinking, what about in your podcast, the Transparency Place? Does that correlate with your book, or does that help finish the book, or do you take anything from that? Because it kind of goes, to me, I see some essence of crossing.
All of it works together. Okay, so let's be honest. When I started the Transparency Place, it was out of the desire to help people, to have the conversation, to be real. Like, let's talk about the things that we don't really talk about. Mm-hmm. And coming from my place, that's genuinely what I'm all about. The Transparency Place reminded me of the skill set that I had. I honestly I didn't lose a love for coaching, but I didn't care about coaching. Getting in front of the camera and actually talking to people and having those conversations reminded me of the power that I had in me. It made me want to. So I even had hid my Facebook page. I had let go of my website, but the Transparency Place put me in a position where it's like, put that stuff back up. People are looking for you. Start, building this stuff back up. Have resources available for these people. So I think the Transparency Place was a motivator and a push behind making things happen and putting it in a form where I can hand it to somebody. Like, somebody can kind of walk around with my voice in their hand by buying my book. And a lot of people look for my voice.
That's true though, because I remember when you took the hiatus to finish the book, a lot of people was inboxing like, "Hey, what's up with your sister podcast?" Blah blah blah, and I had to tell them like, "Hey, she's finishing up a project. She's taking some time off. She'll be back in September for season 2." So that let me know that people was really tapped in because people don't miss shit until it's gone. You know what I'm saying? You might take it for granted that we dropping content every week, but then when the shit don't show up, people was hitting me up like, "Hey, what's going on with your sister podcast?" And I had to tell them like, "Hey, she's writing a book. She's taking some time off. Season 2 will launch in September." So that let me know that you was definitely touching people. You know what I mean? Because sometimes the numbers don't show the impact because everybody not commenting, everybody not even liking or sharing it, but people are taking it in. Yeah. Because once it wasn't there, people was reaching out like, "Hey, what's up with your sister podcast?" So that let me know that they look forward to it, 1, and for 2, that they got something out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been places and people have like told me like, "I've been listening to your podcast," and I'm like, "You listen for real?" They're like, "Yeah, you great." I'm like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah, you'll be surprised how many people listening. You just don't know because they can receive it from so many different ways. YouTube, it could be on Facebook, it could be on a streaming platform. So we don't really get to see how they tapping in, but they're definitely tapping in, which is definitely is a good thing because it's hard to it's so much going on. It's hard to grasp people's attention. And you're doing that with the podcast, and I think that's also just going to lead to more success to your writings and whatever else you got further. So let's get into letsworkcoaching.com. So the website is up and running, and also the pre-order of the book is available on the site. So let's talk about the book. I mean, we don't want to give it all away because we want people to actually go out and support it. But give me a synopsis of what the book contains, of what people can get out of this book.
The book is a 21-day responsive journal challenge. So you are going to be reading an excerpt from me, and then you're going to be responding to that excerpt. But these excerpts are requiring you to look at yourself, to dive into the good of who you are and what you want to become, to outline that, to write it down, to be realistic with yourself. It is asking you to empty yourself of all the things other people thought of you and free yourself into enjoying what you think of yourself and learning to embrace and love on yourself. I just want you to dive into the good that you are and love on who you are. So it's really a self-awareness challenge, becoming aware of yourself and your emotions and understanding that it's okay to feel and process and sitting those emotions because your emotions are valuable.
That's dope. That's a great thing. And I think most people need to get in touch with that. You know what I'm saying? Just in anything, not even just in business, just in your personal life. Sometimes you might need to sit down and look at something from a different perspective or just take some insight from someone else, because sometimes we all thinking the exact same thing, but you just need to hear it as a confirmation.
Yeah.
And I
but
think
some people don't know how to sit with themselves.
Yeah.
Because they're so caught up in what's going on around them. So I'm really pushing for that in this book. I want you to deal with you, not who they told you were, who you were, not what they say about you. Who are you? What's your character? What do you contain? Who are you?
That's dope, because a lot of people are still chasing it or trying to understand who they are, because sometimes that you living up to society standards or your community standards and you thinking that's what you want. And sometimes a lot of us are following others' blueprint because we scared to tap into our own. And you see that a lot, you know what I'm saying? You see a lot of people just pretty much doing what everybody else do because they haven't understand what they want or who they are and what their passion is. One of my buddies tapped in and he want to be an entrepreneur. And he said, but his thing was saying, I don't know what's my passion. I said, you got to figure out something that you like. And that's something only you can do. I can't tell you what business to start. I can just tell you if something that you like, see where it's available to make money out of it, or see where you can serve in that space, because it could be something in that industry that's missing that you can provide.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people would just go with the flow.
And so you have to take ownership of your life.
Yeah.
That's really what I hope the readers get from this. And I hope that they're able to outline and design, and their mind is able to take full capacity of themselves and take off in themselves. Like the book was really triggered by my aggravation of how people weren't aware of themselves and everybody was trying to be everybody else. That's where it came from. Like, I was aggravated. I wanted people to love themselves. I wanted them to see themselves the way they were really created. I think every individual on this earth has a purpose. And and have something that is designed for their life. And I want people to realize that, because I feel like if you're acting in your purpose, you open up the space for the whole world to, work together. It's so amazing to me. But that's the way I think of it. That's the way I see it. And I want others to enjoy that type of living. I've been able to enjoy that type of living. Like, I live in greatness like every day. Yeah, it feels like, I said, I was scared. I'm emotional with this whole process. I'm stretched thin. But in the end, it's so rewarding for me. And a lot of people like to say, like, I think weird. I'm not your common thinker, right? I'm not your common thinker. But I also live in a great space. I'm not struggling. Like, I've been to a place where I was struggling, but I've came out of that. And I think I talk about that a little bit in the book. I don't know if I talk about that, but I talk about a couple of other things. But there was a time in my life where I didn't understand me. But now I'm in a space where I fully love me. There was another season where I learned to embrace me. Like, I learned to dance in the room by myself. And I want everybody to feel that. Like, I'm a goofball, if you don't know that. And it takes a lot of people to warm up to that, but I'm a goofball no matter where you see me at.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
But everybody is not receptive to that. But once you get to know me, you be like, oh, that's just who she is. She's a great person, But off rip, people like, she weird.
I wouldn't say weird. Let's say unique. But that's what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be unique and different. You know what I mean? You don't want to be a carbon copy of somebody else. So you got to be you to enjoy it, because nobody can be you better than you. And that's a fact. And you touched on something that everybody, like, I remember Obama in a speech said that everybody's good at something. You just got to figure it out what it is. Yeah. Everybody's good at something. And you have to tap into yourself to figure out what you're good at and what you can turn that into. But if you always chasing somebody else's dream, or you see somebody else doing something, I'm gonna try to do that. You got to do what's with you. And I think they can take a lot for this book. So we want to make sure everybody, if you, I want you to go to letsworkcoaching.com/shop. It's on the screen, and pre-order the book. And from my understanding, if they pre-ordered, they'll get it by Christmas, correct?
Yes.
And also, once you have books available this Sunday at the pop-up,
I will.
So this Sunday, you can actually grab the book in person. Are we autographing? What we doing? What we doing special for this? If I'm coming in person to get this book, I'm gonna need a signature, something. Sheesh.
Okay, because I have so much going on that day, I have to just set aside an hour where I can autograph, because I'm expected to be working today the same way my village is working. So if you come between the times of 2 and 3, I will sign the book.
Why don't you do this?
What up?
Why don't you pre-sign them? Thanks for the support and your name. That way they are, or do you want to personalize them?
I don't know. Let me think about that a little bit more.
Let's think about it. Well, since we transition into that, let's talk about Sunday. What you got going on Sunday? Let the people know exactly what it is and what it's for.
Oh, okay. So this Sunday, I have a Friends Who Give pop-up shop happening. I have collaborated with about 20 vendors around the Metro Detroit area, and we are all coming together at the Rollercade in Southwest Detroit to raise funds for my Friends Who Give end of the year gift. Friends Who Give was an idea I started where I would ask 10 of my friends to give $100, and we would go into the schools and bless a senior. It didn't work out exactly the way I pictured it in my head. I asked some friends, I got some money, but I didn't reach my goal of $1,000 from jump. I ended up reaching 500 the first time. So when I got that first 500, I didn't want to keep holding people money. So I took action. I went to Ecorse High School and blessed the senior. I still had money left over after that $500. So I'm like, I'm gonna grow this money and go bless another senior. So when I contacted the school, they're like, well, not only do we have one kid, we have 2 kids. I'm like, well, I can't come up here and get these kids $500 for them to split. So I got to get another $1,000. Well, I got to get $1,000. I got $1,000 by collaborating with all these amazing community members. They donated their funds. We went into River Ridge High School and we blessed another 2 high school seniors. All right, y'all. They still believing in me. They loving on me and they're still sending money. So I have money left over. At this point, I'm like, I can't sit on this money. I have to grow it. So in order to grow it, I decided to throw the Friends Who Give pop-up shop. And what we're doing is the funds that we have, we're growing it up to $2,000. Once we hit $2,000, we will be gifting 2 high school seniors with $1,000 a piece. The goal is that they will use these funds to either for their college tuition, their trade tuition, pay towards starting a business. We want to bless them and increase their chances of an opportunity in building their future. So that's what we're doing. We'll have raffles happening throughout the pop-up shop. So there'll be an item raffle, and then there'll be a 50-50 raffle. But then at the same time, you get to come shop with all of our vendors. You purchase from a vendor, you get a raffle ticket to enter into our item raffles. So it's going to be a good time, a great cause, a great initiative. And I want to see a lot of people there because I want to make magic happen in our community and let the young people know that we're rooting for them. And that's what it's all about.
And that's dope. And that's this Sunday at the Rollercade. The Rollercade. If y'all not from our neighborhood, which is Southwest Detroit, Equals River Ridge, so we still want you to come out. It's on Schaefer. What's the address?
2-1. You got
The
to move
address
this
is actually on the screen right now, so you ain't even gotta look for it. It's on the screen right now.
Oh yeah, 2130 Schaefer Highway.
Yeah, make sure y'all tap in 1 to 5 p.m. this Sunday, November 28th. It's going to be a lot of different vendors. I've seen clothing vendors. I've seen food vendors. I've seen all type of different stuff on the advertisements that's been popping up on the internet. And I want y'all to all tap in. Unfortunately, I'm in Arizona, so I can't make it. So all my people, all my homeboys, all my homegirls, my classmates, make sure y'all go out there and support this event. It's definitely helping the youth. And make sure y'all grab the book as well, because the book is going to be there on hand. If you can't make it, make sure you go to Let's Work Coaching. I don't know why I keep saying Let's Coach. Let'sWorkCoaching.com/shop. And matter of fact, we're gonna give y'all a quick preview because you know what I'm saying. This the shit I do.
Also, if you want to donate to Friends With Give, you have the opportunity to do that on the website as well.
Yeah, you can also donate on the website, and you can also donate in person when they come to this pop-up shop, correct?
Yeah.
You can do via Cash App, PayPal, whatever device.
We got all payment methods.
Yeah, they accepted everything. So make sure y'all tap into that. And it's all about supporting, because you doing more than supporting her. You supporting the youth, because that's what it's going for. So you know what I'm saying?
There's a major gap there. Like there's a major gap there, and we want to fill that gap. A lot of people don't know. A lot of these kids are going through a lot, and so like when people are like, why are you giving money at the front end of school? I said a lot of kids can't apply to college because they can't afford to. They can't go on a college tour because they can't afford to. So me giving them funds hopefully opens that door for that. And actually it did for one of the seniors. One of her thank you letters was like, you just helped me apply for college.
Yeah, and definitely. And then senior dues, there's a lot going on. And that kids, we don't know people's struggles. You know what I'm saying? We don't see what's behind them smiles. You don't know what's going on with them. So it's definitely support. As y'all can see on the screen, I got the website pulled up. So y'all can just go to letsworkcoaching.com/shop and you can purchase it. Boom. That click. All you do is one click and you in there. So just make sure y'all support it. And it's definitely a dope situation. And I'm definitely want to say, as a big brother, I'm extremely proud of you, because a lot of people say what they want to do or talk about things, but you've been completing things. And a lot like trust me, I talk to a lot of people. A lot of people call and ask for information or just whatever. And a lot of people be on bullshit. I mean, just to keep it real, I want to do this. How you do this? What's the way to do this? And you never see a finished product. So to actually start something and to finish it is a big thing. You started a business, it didn't go the way you wanted, so you fell back and regrouped and relaunched. And you know what I mean? That's a big deal. You wanted to write a book, you finished the book. And you're 2 seasons in your second season of a podcast. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a lot. And I think you're motivating people, and you probably don't even know it, because most people not going to tell you, but watching you do you is going to have somebody get off their ass and start to do them.
Yeah.
This is what I know. And I'm just proud of you, man, to be your big brother, to see all that you've done, man. And just to remember you being a little baby with all the goddamn word stickers all over the house so you can learn how to read. And now you writing books. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? You done came a long way from 3751 10th Street, Ecorse, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it's a representation of being from a neighborhood and being able to make it out of it. You know what I mean? We are a beacon of hopes that we really don't realize. You know what I'm saying? You never know, a kid seeing you could be like, damn, she from my neighborhood. She went to my high school or been through these same walls, ran these same streets, and can make it out and do something, college graduate. A lot of people don't complete things, you know what I'm saying? And to see you be a person that's of completion of multiple things, it's a beautiful thing to see. You know, so just seeing a young Black woman do her thing is also great, but to see that's my sister, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because you got to think about it. Our whole life is like, we got to keep her off the pole. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your sister to be out there. You know what I'm saying? And just to see the person that you turned into, man, just the growth of and what you setting the tone, man. You're setting the tone for your daughters, you're setting the tone for your nieces, you're setting the tone for your nephews, you're also setting the tone for anybody around you, because this type of energy, you know what I'm saying, it's contagious.
Yeah.
And that's the point of it. We do this to grow and to make money and to survive, but we also, it's a bigger picture than us. Because if we lay the foundation, the next generation can add bricks to it to build this house. You know what I'm saying? Because people go by what they see. I remember when I was a kid, I would have never thought I could be the president of the United States. Now kids thinking that's a dream that's attainable to be the president because they've seen it. Representation is big. You know what I mean? To see a young black woman strive as an entrepreneur, to strive as a wife, as a mother, and they seeing that's a thing. That's something that they can strive to as well. Like when I go to career days, I never wear a suit. I do it on purpose. I wear like I regularly dress because I want kids to know I'm just like you. I'm not somebody you can't relate to, and they can be like, "Oh, this guy don't know my struggle," because I know the struggle. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what a quality that you and I would put it really about you right now that you have that can help the next. You know what I'm saying? Even your peers. I know your friends is motivated by this shit. They probably sitting at home like, man, I'm sitting on my ass with these ideas. Chris did it. You know what? I can do it. And that's not even no bossing up on nobody. It's leveling up for yourself. And that motivates somebody else to level up. That feel better. You know how good it feel when I help somebody do something and they blow? If you win, I feel like I won. You know what I mean? And we got to have that mentality and not be scared to, you know, show love or support our people. You know what I'm saying? People are so good. They say that crab in the bucket mentality. The crazy thing is the crab never supposed to have been in the bucket in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we get set in this environment that we think that we got to fight each other to get past each other. No, when it's your time to shine, it's your time. Yeah. And you know what? If you keep working, it's going to be the next person's time. You know what I'm saying? What's for you is for you. But that's why, you know what I'm saying? Coming from our city, I know a lot of people are, I don't want to do this because such and such doing it. No, I tell people all the time when I have consultations, go to the bread aisle. Look how many fucking loaves of bread is there? It's just a million different brands. You're going to get what you want. So if you do you and you doing your thing, people going to come to it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, everybody say, you know, the black community have the crabs in the bucket mentality. Crabs didn't supposed to be in the bucket in the first goddamn place.
I also think that's an energy that you put out because my team is not like that. The people around me are not like that. We pushing it. Like they call like, so what you doing? You did what you needed to do on this book? Like, so what's the deadline? How we doing? A lot of people didn't know I was writing a book. It was a very few people, but those that I did tell was like, okay, well, we can't talk to you right now because you're supposed to be writing. I don't have those. Like, so I think that's what I put out too. I hold my friends accountable. Like you said, you was going to do this. I got one friend who sometimes just flat out hate me. I'm pretty sure, but I love her and I can't do nothing without her. I'm that annoying friend. Like you wrote that goal down. You got to do it, sis.
Yeah. And we need that accountability. You know what I mean? Just somebody to push you and you can push somebody else. Sometimes we get like that. Like even with my book, you hit me this morning like, hey, you worked on the ebook. You know what I'm saying? And you get in the midst of so much stuff. Sometimes you fall back on it, you know what I mean? And then sometimes you need that little push or you need that motivation. Like the other day, Tiff was like, I couldn't sleep. She like, why don't you go be creative? Go do what you do. Yeah. It's 3 a.m. I'm on the computer, you know what I'm saying? Trying to put something together. So you need that in your life, man. You gotta surround yourself with good people too. You know what I'm saying? They say, be careful of your circles. They might hurt you. So if you got some people in your circle that need to be there, everybody ain't for the long road. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have the right. You definitely gotta have the right people around because you gotta have the right people to understand what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Because this life ain't for everybody. So some people not gonna even get it. Some people just don't get it. You know how many times when my business was struggling, and people will be like, "Well, you know, this person hiring, this person hiring." I'm like, I got to be all the way down before I go that route. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't understand my mindset. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think different. You know, some shit is just it's not gonna be logical. But it's the path that you take, but you got to push and work at it. And you take that path. And like, yeah, it's all about that. Like a lot of people, it's fear. It's fear. Yeah, dig. Go ahead and dig one time for the one time.
We talk about that. Like so of course it had to be reviewed by multiple people. One of the biggest questions and one of the responses that I get, one of the questions in the book is, what would you do if you could not fail? What would you do? If you knew you could not fail, there were no limits around you, What would you do if you could not fail? And I'm at that point in my life where I'm just trying everything because I answered that question. What would I do? I'm taking my shots. Why can't you take your shots? So buy the book so you can write it out and you can talk about it and you can deal with that. Like, what would you do? Get the motivation to do what you've been called to do.
Yeah, and you got to take them shots because one thing, coming from playing basketball all my life, you miss every shot you don't take. And that analogy is it just works in life. If you don't take the shot, you never know if you was going to make it or miss it. So,
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? If you feel that you want to do something, take the shot. You got to be willing to know that it can go in. And if it don't, guess what? Get the goddamn rebound and put it back.
And you can shoot scared. Y'all don't tell that part. Y'all don't tell that y'all can shoot while you scared. Because let me tell y'all, I've been scared. But I'm shooting my shots.
But you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with being scared. Like, if you ask anybody that does anything, if you play sports, you box, you play basketball, it's a nervous energy that you have. I wouldn't say it was being scared, but it's a nervous energy that you have every game. It's just the nature of the beast. But that can be tamed. You know what I'm saying? You can't let it overwhelm you. That's the thing. Is don't be overwhelmed by it because you can do anything. Anything is possible. But it's all about the work you want to put in. Because you can say you want to do this or I want to start this, but if you ain't putting the work in, you just talking.
So the business is built on Let's Work Coaching is built on the idea that absolutely nothing works unless you work at it. So I completely agree with you.
Yeah, and that's a good mantra to live by because it's a fact. Nothing comes. Everybody, when you see somebody blow, most people are like, oh, he blew up overnight, but they didn't see the blood, sweat, and tears behind the scenes because it wasn't public. You know what I'm saying?
I made that my Facebook status somewhere. Like, where is the overnight success? Please, somebody show me the overnight success because people act like this is microwavable. This is not. I've been sleepless. I've been taunted.
I think that's one of the bad things of social media. It makes people think that it just came. You know what I'm saying? Because people post the highlights. They don't post the struggle. They don't post the sleepless nights, or they don't post the bills is behind because you trying to invest and build and grow your company. That part people don't show. You only show when you're winning, when the completion. So it puts out a false sense of reality when people think that something happened overnight. And it's the total opposite. It's been a process. It's been years of growing. Think about it. You say you had this blog. How many years ago when this blog first hit that motivated you to start this book?
It had to have been 2013, to be honest.
That's 8 years ago. So within 8 years, it took you.
You still talking, but you froze on one end. I see you down here, though, still talking. Switch your screens. Switch your cameras.
We're on the internet. I'm outside, so maybe that's the problem. But the thing is, that's an 8-year process. So they didn't see you have the idea, let the idea sit, start the idea, stop it, had to go through all these different things, but kept that idea going somehow, piecing it together, and then it all coming together 8 years later. So this is 8 years in the making, and it's a process. You didn't show that process. Oh, I'm starting a book. Oh, the book ain't doing nothing. I'm not motivated. Okay, I'm back at it. This is not working out. Oh, I got to take care of this. Oh, I just had a kid. Oh, man, I just had another kid. I just got married. You know what I'm saying? All of that is a process that you're going through to build to where you're at today. And nobody sees that, but they see us on the internet talking about, oh, yeah, we got the book dropping. So most people think like, damn, she just did a book. But don't understand that this was a process of growth, a struggle, of hustle. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or so I just want people to understand that nobody's an overnight success. I'm not saying it can't happen. Somebody can get a stroke of luck. Luck happens, but majority of the people is out here putting in this groundwork, and now they just seeing the fruits of their labor. And just like you did it, anybody else can do it. So if you got a passion to write, you got a passion to podcast, to take pictures, to fucking make coloring books for kids, anything that you have a passion for, do that research and do that groundwork and go for it. Yeah. Because you don't want to wait 20 years from now and you stumble across something that you wanted to do and you see somebody else that did it and you gave up on it. That shit gonna haunt you. You know what I mean? So we are definitely our network is definitely for motivation. Like I say, it varies. We might be on here just shooting the shit one night, or one night we super serious, or we highlighting somebody's accomplishments. Like tonight, we're highlighting what Chris completed, which is, like I say, it's a beautiful thing. So we're not gonna talk y'all to death tonight, but I just wanted to give a exclusive. I want to get the first interview, so you know what I'm saying. So once I open them, get the call and remember where y'all saw her first. You know what I mean on Real Ish Radio Network and Cigars with Friends. But again, before we get out of here, let them know where they can go grab that book at the pre-order.
Let's workcoaching.com/shop. You can pre-order today. You'll have it in the mail. Honestly, by December 11th, it will be in the mail. If you want to get it in hand, you can come see me this Sunday. I will be working the Friends Who Give pop-up shop, so someone else will be monitoring my table, but the books will be available. I'll sit down between the times of 2 and 3 is my hope to kick it with you all and sign a little bit. But that's where you can get it. I hope to see you all. I hope to see your pre-orders come in tonight. It's really a great read, to be honest with you all. I got tired of reading it, and then one night I finally sat down and read it, and I was like, I'm actually impressed. Like it opened my heart, not even as the author, but just as a human being reading it. I was challenged myself, and this is a challenge that I did before I even wrote the book. So now to do it again at another stage of my life is powerful. So take the time to dive into the good of yourself, to love on yourself, to embrace yourself, and to get all that life has to offer for you. That is what this book is opening the doors for. I wish you nothing but the best in this book, and I partner with you as you read this book. So you can always contact me on Facebook or Instagram, and we can talk about it. And I might just open a private group for those who purchase so we can dive together throughout the new year.
That is definitely dope. It's a beautiful thing. Make sure y'all get out there and support. Like she said, the website is below, letsworkcoaching.com/shop. You can go ahead and pre-order the book. If you're in the Detroit area this Sunday, they will be at the Rollercade on Schaefer in Southwest Detroit. If you've been watching BMF series, you know where Southwest Detroit is now. So make sure y'all go to the Rollercade this Sunday, November 28th, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. There's going to be 20 vendors out there selling their products. Support those vendors, come show them love, check out the book, and donate to the cause of the Friends Who Give, because they're doing great things for the youth. And just support, man. And I'm gonna purchase the first book, so I want y'all to look, like, and share this video. And I'm gonna pick one of the people that shared this live tonight, and I'm gonna personally purchase the book for you. And that's gonna get this thing going. So look, that's workcoaching.com/shop. That's where you can get the pre-order, get your own copy. Nationwide, we ship it nationwide. So wherever you at in the country watching this, you know what I'm saying? Because we reach other people than just Detroit. So if you're watching it, go to letsworkcoaching.com/shop, purchase the book, and support a young Black female author out here in these streets. You feel me? And like always, I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. And make sure. So, are you taking this Sunday off because you be a little busy, or you still going on this Sunday?
Oh, I've been trying to play that one out. What do you think we should do a recap of the event?
Yeah, I think we should do a recap. If I come on, and maybe we can have maybe one or two of the vendors pop on. We'll chop it up and go over how the pop-up shop went this Sunday. So every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, the Transparency Place with Life Coach Kristian airs on the Real Ish Radio Network. It comes live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and the Real Ish Radio app. And the audio will be also distributed through all streaming platforms. So the big thing tonight is support, like and share. Like and share this video. And tomorrow morning when I get up and I see who all shared it, I'm just going to randomly pick one. I'm going to let my daughter, I'm going to let her look at all the people that shared it, and I'm going to tell her to pick one name. Whatever name she picked, I'm going to purchase the book, and I'm going to inbox you and have you either pick it up from this pop-up shop or we're going to ship it to you. But just let you know, we want y'all support, man. Support your own people. We out here doing big things, man. And I'm just happy. I'm really just, I could run off at the mouth and keep talking about it, but this is a proud big brother moment for me. You know what I'm saying? I want you out there to dig. Let's dig. Grab that book. See, I got the blue on just like the book. I'm ready. I am ready. So I want y'all to be ready. Get into this, and it's a beautiful thing. And don't forget, this Sunday, I'm gonna keep saying it, at the Rollercade. Everybody know where the Rollercade is, especially if you're from our neighborhood. Y'all done shot the duck there from 6 to 9 for sure. You know what I'm saying? You done shot the duck before. That's for damn sure. So if you ever shot the duck, make sure y'all pull up this Sunday from 1 to 5. There's going to be a lot of great vendors out there doing their thing and putting out their products and their services that they put into our community. And it's a great event, and it's for the kids. You know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong when you're doing it for the kids. So I'm going to keep saying it, and we're going to keep spamming Facebook and Instagram for the rest of the day, even on Turkey Day, while y'all eating and y'all going back for that second plate. Just remember that the pop-up shop is this Sunday. And the book is available. We're live on Wide. You can get it in person at the shop, pop-up shop, or you can order it online. Pre-order at letsworkcoaching.com and /shop. And continue to support Real Ish Radio. We going to keep giving y'all content. I'm actually doing another episode this Friday on Black Friday titled The Verdict. My cousin, Byron Shabazz, has been on this show multiple times. We're going to sit down and talk about both verdicts, the Rittenhouse not guilty and the guilty verdict in the Arbery case. So make sure y'all tap in this Friday. We're going to go live. It's going to get a little heavy. I know this one is going to be a heavy episode because we're going to have a lot to cover. But I just want to say I appreciate everybody that's been supporting us. Keep supporting. Like, share, letsworkcoaching.com /shop. And I'm going to check tomorrow, and I'm going to have my daughter pick somebody that shared this video, and I'm going to send them a copy of Dig so you can go ahead and dive in. So like I say, appreciate you. Make sure you like, share, and follow us on Instagram at Real Ish Radio. And if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, youtube.com /Real Ish Radio. And if you want the app, everything that we do is under my Linktree, linktree.com /prophecy313. We not hard to find. We out here. We appreciate everybody's support. And I'll see y'all Friday. Like and share.
Hi, it's your girl Kristian.
Hi, I'm Blaine, host of Live with Blaine J, a podcast that airs right here on Realish Radio. Every week, I connect you to all the people, brands, and businesses you need to know about. I'm gearing up for season 2, and I can't wait to talk to you.
I am excited to talk to my ladies primarily. And guys, if you want to be here with me, hang out. I want to welcome you into my space, my world, my thoughts, and I want to share them with you. And I hope that it inspires someone. It brings about some transformation.
Said the struggle to get mine. Hustle from the bottom, the customer don't lie. 365 isn't dead and I'm gon' shine.